start your own passive online income. Your online success starts now. Welcome to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown and Justin Lewis.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown and with me, Justin Lewis. And today we are going to talk about internet scams a little bit. We're going to go into them and how to kind of like stay away from them. And I always say run away from the scam artist. Justin, this is something you and we put together because we get quite a decent amount of questions about, or not questions, but we've had input from people who have come into our training, and they'll tell us, how happy they are to have found us after so many years or months or sometimes weeks that they've been scammed in other products where they've spent thousands of dollars and it was just a big runaround. So this is something dear, I know, not only to my heart but to you as well.
Yeah, man, and I mean personally, I've actually been there myself. Luckily, as I always say, I came across you before I spent money on anything else out there. But even while I was working along with you with your original course, I was actually going out and testing other things, and there are just so many scams out there that's outrageous. It's actually pretty scary if you think about it, that there's just so many people that are trying to take as much money as they can from you. And one of the big examples that I'll just toss out there is that I know of someone that came to me in the past, and they told me that they spent somewhere near $16,000 before coming across anything that was actually good. And that's pretty scary.
That is scary. And just think that's just wasted money.
Yeah.
Wasted money. But that's the sad reality. And up on the slides now, if you're watching our video, you can read along with me that basically there are a lot of greedy people out there who will do whatever they can to get you to give them whatever they want. So if they want to make a ton of money, a fortune off of you, they will tell you whatever you want to hear just to do that. And they'll cram your head with a lot of BS, and just a lot of times you can see it right off, but then sometimes it's hard to see. So we're going to cover this. Let's cover this in full today about some ways to avoid scams online.
Yeah, and I'll say another thing that they do
Yeah.
as well. When they get that money from you, when they do scam people, they also go out there and they spend that money to scam more people. So your money isn't just being wasted, it's being spent towards somebody that's then going to use that money to harm even more people. And that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It is. So here are some things to avoid right away. So if you come across different sales pages or sales videos or anything really online that does any of this, you probably want to stay away. If you come across something and you see, you're going to get rich in a few months, okay, that should be a red flag right off. The stuff that's $5,000 in just 14 clicks. Okay, basically extraordinary results is what I'm talking about here. $90,000 in 2 hours of work, or the guy that stumbled across the secret of making millions of dollars while he was eating a corned beef sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning. Stuff like that. Beware of that kind of stuff. And anytime you see the guy laying in the hammock on the beach with the laptop, sipping on margaritas, supposedly making a fortune. Think about this. Everything you're going to be able to do online, you can make a fortune, okay? I'm not going to lie to you and say you can't go make whatever amount of money you want to make. You can work and make what you want to get to, but I guarantee you're not going to be sipping margaritas while you're doing it, and you're not going to be, able to take 20 minutes a day and get rich from that, okay? So while some of the claims, could be true, a lot of these are over the top, promising it with almost no work. You don't have to do anything. So things like that, watch out for.
Yeah, and Michael, to add on to that as well, a lot of the times when people say they can make this amount of money with 20 minutes of work a day is because they put a lot of time into it before they actually got to that point.
Right.
They can actually do that. So a lot of those people out there that push and push and push and say, hey, you can do this in like 5 clicks, yeah, they might be able to do it in 5 clicks, but you're going to have to do a lot of work before you can get there. It's just a fact about working online. It's a fact about just it's reality. That's how things work.
Right. And on top of that, beware of the promises of money. Okay. If someone's promising or guaranteeing you money, stay away from them as well. And because Justin and I will always quickly point out that while we know we can train people to make money online, it depends on other factors that deal with you and various other issues. So we never guarantee money. We know we can train you to make money online, but if you're not going to do anything and put in any time or effort, okay, you can't make money. And anyone that's again promising or guaranteeing that if you put in X amount of time, you'll make X amount of dollars, it's far-fetched. It's just not true. So just be careful over that as well.
Yeah, everybody's going to have different experiences.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's take a look at some more red flags. Okay, more red flags. One of the big ones is astounding screenshots. Okay, let's say someone's showing you $1 million on the screen. Okay, maybe they did make that money, but here's the thing I always tell people. When you look at these extraordinary screenshots of money, just always remember, you should never bank what you want to make online based off of somebody else. And that includes anything that that I have as well. Just because you're coming online doesn't mean you're going to immediately get the success that I have. You might be able to go beyond that. You might be less. But don't let a screenshot persuade you to do that. So beware of that. Stock photo testimonials, these are usually pretty easy to spot. I know the guys over at Work at Home Truth talk about this, and Eagle Research Associates, they talk about this as well. Just beware of the stock photos. Results-based testimonials, I typically do not even use these. They're really not in the FTC guidelines. And basically a results-based testimonial is if you'll see people going, wow, with this program I made $60,000 in my first year. The problem with that is the FTC does not approve of that, because that sounds like that everyone who comes into the program should be making at least that. They get away with it on TV. They even get away with it on the internet. So you've got to beware of those kind of testimonials, and that shouldn't be something that should persuade you to do anything anyway.
Yeah, and they can also easily be faked. Don't just
Sure.
everything you see as well. So just like with those stock photo testimonials, you might see a testimonial, you might see a picture next to it, but don't just immediately jump to the conclusion that it's a real testimonial.
Right, and again, going back to to Paul, I know Paul over at Work at Home Truth. He has a lot of write-ups, a lot of scams or shady stuff where they have the stock photo next to the fake testimonial. That's results based as well. So they're just all around the board just violating this. Video proof and photo proof, all that can be faked. So just beware. And again, don't base what you want to make online based off of someone else's photos or videos. Pushy marketing tactics, stuff where the person tries to make you feel like if you don't buy it, you're a complete loser, going to fail in life. Don't get into something based off of a pushy tactic, but that's typically a red flag that they're trying to push you into the program.
Yeah, and I've actually fallen for something like that in the past. I won't throw any names out, just specifically because I can't remember. But I have fallen for stuff like that in the past, and I'm actually pretty disappointed in myself, just for thinking, oh, if I don't buy this, I'm not going to be able to get traffic to my website.
Right.
You don't have to buy something to be successful, for one, and then for two, yeah, you don't want to listen to people that are like that.
Yeah, it's easy to persuade people that way, and I see a lot of that being used, but it's something that, I wouldn't feel right about at the end of the day if that's how I had to get people into a program. Mm-hmm. The stuff that says, basically you need to buy this to make the system work. So let's say you buy a product and then all of a sudden you get an upsell that's like, hey, by the way, this system won't really work that well unless you have this. Okay, that sucks. Stay away from that.
I've
that
seen
would be
those
a
before
refund.
too. I've seen those before too, and I'm just gonna say, like, on the Warrior Forum, I don't want to bash the Warrior Forum, but I see a lot of these.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is you'll buy the first product, and then immediately after they'll say, all right, all that stuff we said that you can do, you can't actually do unless you buy this. And then you go ahead and buy that. And they say, yeah, you know all that stuff we just said that you couldn't do? Well, you still can't do all of it. You have to buy this too. And they just keep on upselling and upselling and upselling.
Yeah, just watch out for that. I mean, that's a big racket, you know. If you see sales pages with multiple exit pops, that has to make you wonder why they're using that marketing tactic. I'm not saying that every product that has multiple exit pops is particularly a scam, but it should raise some red flags as to why they have to keep trying to get your attention to get in there. Who's that really benefiting? Is that going to really benefit you, or is it really going to benefit the marketer? Okay?
Yeah, and if you don't know what an exit pop-up is, it's pretty much when you're trying to exit a page and suddenly a little box comes up and it says, hey, we still have this special offer for you. And then you go ahead and accept it, and all of a sudden their price drops from $100 to $5.
Yeah, and see, I'm personally okay if someone uses one of those. Like, I get it, you know. But when you start seeing more than one, you know, come on, it's getting a little old, you know. And they'll go, how about the light version? How about just, and finally it's like, how about the free ebook? And then, you know, whatever.
Then a redirect immediately to their payment processor. See that one all the time.
Oh yeah, you see that a lot too. So just beware of that and think about why they're doing that when you see things like that. Stuff that mentions like as seen on, and then they'll show you like as seen on TV or as seen on Dr. Oz, or they come up with all these different things now. Just watch out for that too. A lot of times they'll use several different logos because they look authentic, they look real, they get your attention. You're like, oh, hey, I've seen the CBS logo before, and hey, I know that logo, and it kind of helps ease your mind. But a lot of times those can be used on scammy stuff too, so just beware of that as well.
Yeah, and I just want to toss one more example of that out there. The biggest scam that I've personally seen on the internet, it hasn't caught me, but it's caught a lot of people that I know personally, is the one where it looks like a news website. So it actually looks like you're landing on a news website and you're reading a review about some type of product.
Yeah.
But when you try to actually browse the news website, you can't go anywhere. None of the links anywhere work except for the payment button itself.
I'll try to get a link too for everyone. Again, from Paul over at Work at Home Truth. He has a big write-up, and there's one particular scam, and I can't remember which one it is right off, but he found like all the various different news URLs like that were created for this, and there were like hundreds of them, and they were all to a very similar promotion, and they were just using all kinds of different traffic to drive into these. Basically ripping people off is what it boiled down to. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so when they go after that, they go after it big time on a lot of those. So just beware of that as well. And it's not always in the make money niche. It could be all kinds of other niche markets too. But we're specifically talking about the make money niche here. Okay, so let's go over some really good stuff, because this should be the entire point of what we're doing in this podcast. We want to cover what's really good with this, and instead of all the negative stuff, because we want you guys to make money online. We want you to feel comfortable, and this is the stuff you should look for. We prefer a community that supports the creators, okay? And what this could mean is not only are people active within the community in the training, but will also help defend the creators. So if you see like someone bashing the creators of something or creator of something, you see a lot of defense coming in. That's a lot of times pretty good. It's a good site because it shows that the community actually supports what the creators are doing, what was created for the community. Real testimonials that can link to like a Facebook account or websites owned by the individuals, that's usually a good sign too. I really like the Facebook ones because it's showing you the actual person existing, as long as the person on Facebook isn't fake. But usually you can tell that pretty easily by going in and looking at their activity. Are they active on Facebook? Do they have other things going on Facebook? Are they sharing and liking things on Facebook? If not, that could possibly raise red flags, but I do like testimonials that link to Facebook accounts.
Yeah, and they could also link to LinkedIn accounts as well.
hmm And even on that, I mean, I'm sure you could do Google Plus is a pretty good one now too, because it's, usually those places you can see their activity and you can see their pictures of them and other stuff that they have going on.
Yep.
Other good stuff is limited hype on a sales page. Again, no empty promises, no big promises of making millions. Pictures of Lamborghinis and things like that on a sales page. I would try to stay away from that. But if you don't see that kind of hypey stuff on there, that's usually a good sign that you're in. There's a good program there that's around the corner. But you start seeing that exceptional hype, and again, what are you basing your ability to make money on? You're basing it off of the ability that someone else already made money, but a lot of money. So you're basically, it makes you feel like, hey, I'm going to be able to go off and make exactly what that guy did with no work. Okay, so limited hype is much, much better, and I try to actually refrain from hype as much as possible because I personally can't stand that kind of stuff. I hate seeing that.
Yeah, neither can I. It's not worth going into. I mean, if someone's trying to push you so heavily into something, it's usually just because they want your money, when you think about it.
Yeah, and again, no promises or guarantees. So if you don't see those promises and guarantees, except the promises and guarantees that you want to see are things like the money back guarantee, the promise that you're going to be taken care of and get real training. Okay, those are good promises. A guarantee that if you're not being taken care of, you can again get your money back and get out of the program. Those are good promises and guarantees. That's what you want to see, not stuff that says, by joining this, you're going to make X amount of money. Okay. And that goes hand in hand with no get rich language. If you see get rich language or a few clicks of the button get rich, that's a huge red flag. So good stuff is that you don't see that.
Yeah, and also look for what is it? Cancel at any time. So the guarantee that you can cancel at any time. I think that's a great one. Because there are products out there where I've spent money and I don't know if I can cancel.
Right.
So it's a nice thing to know, hey, that you can cancel. If they say something like that, that's good because you can test it out for that first month and then you can go ahead and cancel it if you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that's great, look to see that the creator or creators are active on social media with the audience. Or, if they're not just on social media, but on the website itself. And one thing that you can always keep tabs on with Justin and I, you can see us on Facebook, we're on Google Plus, we're on the website, at Niche Optimizer. You'll be able to see that you can actually join for free right now and get in and see the community that we've already put together and see that we're active in there every day. That's always good. You want to see that the creator and the owners are actually taking care of the audience the way they say they're going to. If you try to send messages to the owners, and you try it in a variety of ways, and you're not getting a response in a decent amount of time, like I'd say if a week goes by and you still don't get a response on, say, Facebook and Google Plus, even Twitter, you're probably going to want to steer clear of that.
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be sometimes the creators would also be pretty busy. I can see that happening. But if you don't see them communicating at all, then there's something wrong with that. And probably what they're trying to do is just sell and sell and sell, and that's it. They're not actually trying to provide any support.
Yeah, and that support is what is vital to helping you learn. And that's why you'll hear, and you've probably heard if you've listened to several of our podcasts now, you've probably heard Justin and I talk about, why a community is critical. And that's because of support. Support every step of the way. So you're not getting stuck and getting left basically to wonder what to do next.
Yeah, and so you don't feel down. That's a really big one too, is a lot of people feel they get unmotivated. And by having a community that you can actually talk with, and if you can talk to the creators, that's cool, but if you can talk to the people inside, that's another great thing, because then you're not just joining a program where you can't speak to anybody. You're not doing it alone, you're doing it with a group of people.
Yeah, exactly. Video testimonials are always good. Sure, can someone put somebody up to a fake video testimonial? I'm sure that's a possibility. And there are a lot of Fiverr gigs that offer
Yeah.
this. So just, be wary of that. But again, if you have testimonials that are video testimonials linking to the person's website or Facebook page, those are usually helpful. That's good because you can also see that they're a real person.
Yeah, anything like that. And another great example of video testimonials for what we do, a lot of the people, pretty much everyone that's ever done a video testimonial for any of our courses, or Niche Optimizer University specifically, they're also very active in the community, so you know they're a real person. They're out there, they're posting, responding to questions, sharing their website, all types of different things. So if you can see that somebody's active and then you see that that person also posted a testimonial, that's another really good sign.
Yeah, and if you were to contact that person and say, "Hey, I saw that you left a testimonial, over with Justin and Michael at Niche Optimizer. What do you think of the course?" Just to kind of see if they're real and what feedback you'll get. You'll see. I'm pretty much guaranteeing you'll get raving fans from the people who have left us testimonials. And that's a good sign. You want to be able to see that because obviously, if you contact them and they're like, "Okay, that course sucks," you know how you're going to feel at the end of that. Or I don't remember leaving a testimonial ever for that guy. Then that's where you have problems. Or if they don't even exist, okay, you've got other issues to deal with. So video testimonials, linking over to them, that's good. And if they're active in the community, that's another positive. What's really great is if you find detailed reviews from members as well. Okay, and this can even be affiliates. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with buying something through an affiliate. But what you'll see are detailed reviews from members. And just to give you just a quick one from us, we have a member, Rachel, who has created some really great course reviews on Niche Optimizer. And we didn't ask her to do it. She's an affiliate with it now, but it's very detailed, so you know that it's a first-hand account. It's not just something made up or that something they skim the sales page. They're actually going through the videos. So stuff I like to look for when I'm looking to buy something or get into something myself is that it's a detailed pro and con of what you get. Okay, so you can look at it step by step and see if that's something that's cool, that's right for you. Maybe it's not the product you're looking for. And without a good detailed review, it's hard to tell. So I like seeing good detailed reviews from affiliates rather than, "Oh yeah, this product's awesome. I made $30,000 in my first week with it." You start seeing that again. Red flags should go off immediately.
Yeah, especially because someone that actually does make $30,000 in their first week, a lot of the times they're going to explain some things. They're going to give you some tips and advice and stuff in their review. They're not just going to say it and leave it to that. That's usually
Right.
not how it happens. If it's a legit review, they'll give their own personal experiences with it. Almost every single review I've ever seen that's completely legit, and I know it's legit, has been that way.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's pretty much it for understanding online scams. It's something we wanted to cover because we get questions about that, and we wanted to be able to go into that a little bit and kind of give you some more insight to how awesome we are. I'm not gonna lie, we are pretty freaking awesome.
We
And
are.
the reason I know that is because not from what Justin and I, we don't, at the end of the day, we don't go high five each other. We're hearing back from our members. So at nicheoptimizer.com, we're hearing our students tell us how awesome it is and how great the training is. And we do things like this for them all the time. So we have, and it's not just because of us, we have an awesome community with it. So that's what makes this great. So it's something we wanted to really touch on today to share with everyone so you had a better understanding of scams versus realistic stuff that's really out there about making money online.
Yeah, and we're definitely real. So if you would like to join our coaching, you can go ahead and head over to www.nicheoptimizer.com. You can create a free account, and it's completely free. You can start for free. Go ahead, get through the training, and if you like it, upgrade to premium, and then join us in the premium membership area where you'll get access to everything that we have to offer, including live events. So you'll actually be able to talk with Michael and I during Q&As, ask questions to us. Weekly, yes. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to get access to more of the training modules because we have a lot of great training. Even the free training, there's a lot of great stuff in there. So you want to join. It's going to be a really great thing for you, and it's definitely not a scam like the things that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, so Justin, did you give them the OSP already?
I did not. So if you want to check out the notes for this episode, you can go ahead and head over to nicheoptimizer.com/OSP16, and it's the number 16. So that again, that's nicheoptimizer.com/OSP16. And if you want to check out all of our podcast episodes, head over to nicheoptimizer.com/podcast. And you'll be able to see every podcast that we've ever done for the Online Success Podcast.
And guys, finally, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to us share today, because we've experienced a lot of stuff. So we're thrilled that you were on here with us. And again, if you want, come over to Niche Optimizer. Come visit the forum, come introduce yourself and see how cool the place actually is. We'd love for you to be in there. We'd love for you to send us a message, send us a note and say hi, and tell us that you actually listen to our podcast. We would really, really appreciate that. And again, we'd love to see you as a member. So if you're not already a member and you're watching this, come join us. It's a lot of fun, and we have just a fantastic community that's growing and growing and growing, and we're going to keep growing it.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we love everybody that's inside, which is a great thing. Just to love everyone is such a cool thing. If you want to sign up, there's a box below this video that you can go ahead and enter your name and your email, and that'll create your account. So we'd love to see you inside, and we hope to see you at another podcast pretty soon.
Thanks again, guys.